Hey, this is Golf Channel lead coach Rob Strano. I'm also the inventor of the patented Fusion Dyn-A-Line putting training aid. The great thing about this training aid is it brings the hands and arms and shoulders together in a unified stroke that is dynamically aligned. It is the only putting training aid that gives you after effect when you're done that significantly improves your putting stroke. Let me tell you why this putting training aid is so good and so effective. The great thing is that it's real simple. It clamps on the bottom of your club very easily. Let me explain the design of it to you because I've gotten a lot of questions about the design. First thing everybody asks is, why is it metal? Number one is it's metal and it's 10 ounces for a reason. When you put it on your putter, it's going to make your putter feel a little heavier. So it's going to make your muscles work to feel the correct stroke. When you take Dyn-A-Line off, you're going to feel like it's still on there. Now you have that kinematic after effect of having a putting stroke that is moving the right way. That's why it's metal and that's why it's 10 ounces. Another question I get asked about the patented design of Dyn-A-Line is, why is this curve here? The curve is very important because it allows you to get the shaft leaned forward when you're using the training aid. A lot of putting training aids don't help you get aligned correctly in your setup in order to make a good stroke. This one aligns you correctly, and it also puts the pieces together to help you make a correct stroke. Real quick, let me show you how easy this is to get on your putter. So Dyn-A-Line has this little flange that opens and this little nut that swings across to lock it in place. So you're going to hook it on the bottom of your putter right here. You're going to swing the nut around and you're going to go ahead and tighten it down on your putter. So you swing it around, and now I'm going to tighten it down on my putter. I'm going to make sure that it's perfectly aligned with the face of the club. So when I look down at the middle of the body, there's a line there that I line up right with the face of the putter. So that seam matches the face of the putter, so that Dyn-A-Line is on there dead straight. So once I've got it tightened on the bottom of the grip, all I need is an ordinary everyday alignment stick. On the bottom of Dyn-A-Line here, there's an eye bolt. The alignment stick will thread right through the eye bolt right here. You're going to pull it up and you're going to tighten it down against the rubber gasket in place there. So I'm tightening it down in place here, right there. I've got it tight against the body. I'll make sure that that's where I want it. I'll tighten it all the way against the body now, so I've got the proper spacing for the stick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the training trident on the end, and I can put the 3 prongs of the trident in the right place. Now everything's locked together. If the trident starts wiggling around, I'm going to know it right away, and I'm going to know my stroke was wrong. Let's look at some other things here that'll help you understand how Dyn-A-Line works and will make you putt better. So with Dyn-A-Line, one of the key pieces of it is the training trident. These 3 legs are spaced at specific angles to help read the movement of your body. So what you want to do is you take the trident and you slide it on the end of your alignment stick, and when you look down at the legs, the middle leg right there should match the club face. That's very important. Make the middle leg, as you look down, match the club face. So I'm checking it, matches the club face. Now I'm going to take the trident and I'm going to put it on my body, so that middle leg is right in the crease of my arm there. So I've got the front leg touching my arm, the middle leg in basically my top of my armpit, and this leg on my chest. So that's going to read those 3 pieces of the body. It also gives me the correct amount of shaft lean and setup. So if I do something wrong, let's say I go back and I twist my hands and arms, you can see the trident comes off my body right there. If I go through and my chest stops and my arms keep going, you can see the trident comes off my body right there. So the trident keeps everything moving together, back and through. Nothing can stop. If I go back and my arms move too much, the trident will break loose of the body. So these things that are on the end of the trident, those little pointy pieces, those you can feel poking you in the body when you take a stroke. You want to keep that feeling. Let's come over here and hit a few putts with Dyn-A-Line now from face on, and you can kind of see how that stroke looks real solid. So now I want to show you from face on just how solid Dyn-A-Line makes the stroke look, and then we'll let you watch me hit a few putts from an angle where you can see the balls going in the hole and see how efficient it is. So when I set up, remember, the trident's going to go up here towards my lead shoulder with the middle leg going almost right in my armpit. That'll lean the shaft forward the way you want it. Now everything is nicely together, so I'm going to hit a few putts and just watch how nicely all the pieces move back and through. And every stroke will look very, very much the same. You won't see much variation in my stroke as I use Dyn-A-Line. And these putts just keep rolling right in the hole on this end. Now let me show you a common error where the arms break loose from the body going forward and the putter tends to shove the ball out to the right. That stroke looks like this with Dyn-A-Line on it, where all three legs are now off my body here. We don't want that. We want to have the legs stay attached, the putter doesn't shove and come loose and go out to the right. From down the line, the stroke looks like this. You see that mistake quite a bit in putting, where that happens and the player does this. So you don't want to have the hands and arms coming off the body. So on this one, I'm going to go back, and on the follow through, I'm not going to move my chest and I'm just going to move my arms. It'll look like this, and this will be the reaction of Dyn-A-Line. You'll see the trident twist off my body. So the trident twisted off my body, it's not touching here, and that ball missed way left. It looks like this. You can see the trident came off of my body here on the back leg, which told me that my hands and arms twisted going through and the putter missed to the left. So those are a couple of the stroke errors we have in putting, and that's the way Dyn-A-Line fixes it. It brings everything together. In other words, it dynamically aligns it, which is where the name comes from, and helps you make solid strokes every single time. Let's look at some putts now where I just hit them with Dyn-A-Line, where you can see the balls going in the hole and you can see how efficient this training aid is. I'm going to go ahead and turn it loose and just swing and just hit some putts here with Dyn-A-Line. We're 10 feet from the hole, where the PGA Tour average is about 38%. And what you're going to find is you're going to stand here with Dyn-A-Line with the stick down here, helping you aim the same place every time. You're going to find yourself stand here and you're going to keep making putts. And Dyn-A-Line is going to groove the stroke and keep things really calm for you. There's 3 in a row. I've got 10 balls here. It takes about 6 or 7 to fill this hole up where no more balls will fit and they'll start bouncing out. Let's just see how long I can keep going. I've made well into the 50s and 60s with Dyn-A-Line from this distance. There's 5 in a row right off the bat right here. The hole's filling up. The putter feels nice and still back and through. Oh, that one almost bounced out. So I don't know if I can fit any more in there. They've got to go in at the perfect speed now. But my stroke is solid, it's very consistent, and you can see the ball rolling the same every time. There, I missed one there at the end and kind of got rushed and didn't aim with the stick. But that's the thing about Dyn-A-Line, is it makes your stroke feel real solid as you putt. And that's what you want. You want the feeling of the hands not moving, the arms attached to the body, and everything moving together. So when you order Dyn-A-Line, you're going to get a training aid that calms your hands. You won't be able to flip and you won't be able to twist. It'll keep your arms attached to your body, so you won't be able to shove putts by just moving your arms through. You'll have to move your arms, your chest, and your hands together. So get Dyn-A-Line, get the training trident, put it on there, and find your stroke more solid, and you'll make a lot more putts.